everybody. I hope you're doing well today. It's hard to believe that we are midway through February and winter is coming to a close and spring is fast approaching. We have beautiful weather here in North Carolina this weekend. It was 70 degrees on Sunday. I know a lot of you are still dealing with a lot of snow, but it was just a beautiful day and a reminder to me that spring is fast approaching. Also, summer test candles have shown up in test stores at Bath & Body Works, so I thought it was time for me to film my massive spring 2017 Bath & Body Works candle haul. As you can see, I have again amassed a large number of the spring 2017 candles, similarly to my hauls for fall and winter. Now this is not all one purchase. This is a collective haul from multiple different purchases since the beginning of January. A lot of these are exchanges. As a new season approaches, I do inventory of my winter candles, and there were candles that I decided I wasn't going to burn. I didn't want to carry over to the next year. For example, Winter Candy Apple and Vanilla Bean Noel were two candles that I just didn't get around to burning, and the mood for those candles had evaporated once January came. So those were two that I did take back in exchange. I also did several other exchanges. I don't remember the exact number, but several of these are exchanges. And then, of course, I did purchase a lot of these candles as well with the various different sales that we've had. I did actually purchase a lot of these during the $12.50 candle sale that I think was back in January, and I think we had a 10 off 40 coupon. I also did pick up a couple of candles yesterday when the candles were $13.50 and I used the 10 off 30 coupon. As with the past big haul videos, this of course is going to be a longer video. So if you don't like longer videos, I completely understand. Feel free to, turn it off. Or if you want to fast forward to the particular candle that maybe you want to see up close. If you do enjoy long videos, then grab a snack or something to drink and snuggle in. I am going to give you my impressions. These aren't really my first impressions because I've already smelled these candles in the stores and as I bought them and I've sniffed them and re-sniffed them since they've been here at my home. But I will give you my impressions and my cold sniff review, essentially, of each of the candles. And then what I'm going to do is start at the top of the mountain here and kind of work my way down. And as we go through the different collections of candles, I will also let you know the other candles that I don't have here that are available in the collection. So if that's something you're interested in, stay tuned. So for those of you who may not stay tuned for the entire video, let me know in your comments below which one of these candles you are looking forward to buying. What is on your spring 2017 Bath & Body Works list? Are you waiting for a $12.50 candle sale before you stock up? Are you feeling like you're not really impressed with the spring releases and you're going to wait until summer releases? I just love to know what your thoughts and opinions are about, the selection this year and the different collections. All right, before I get started on the individual candles, I just want to take a moment to appreciate my little rainbow here that I've created of candles. I'm honestly just pleased as punch with myself that I was able to make what I feel like is a pretty thorough rainbow. So with that, if you're interested in seeing the haul, stay tuned and let's get started. All right, the first one I'll show you is Coconut Leaves. This is a re-release. They have brought this candle out for many, many years, thankfully, because it's an amazing scent and a lot of people really love it. To me, this candle is a perfect late spring and into summer, and I really like this candle all summer long. So to me, this is sort of one of those quintessential candles, sort of like Leaves is to fall and 'Tis the Season is to winter for me. This candle is to late spring, early summer. So I really, really enjoy this and was glad they brought it back again this year. This version has the copper battered lids, the same as they use in the fall candles, and it has this bright lime wax, which I really like. The notes are coconut husk, beachside palm, and juicy tangerine. So if you've never smelled this candle before, the best way for me to describe it is almost like a juicy coconut. And I love it. It's juicy. It kind of makes my mouth water a little bit. It just makes me think that I want to be on a beach with some kind of coconut juice or cocktail in my hand looking at the waves. And I just absolutely love this candle. If you've never tried it, you definitely should. The next one I'll show you in that collection, actually the last one I have of that collection, is Raspberry Lime Margarita. And it has this really pretty dark pink fuchsia wax. The notes are ripe red raspberries, sparkling lime fizz, and raw sugar crystals. And I really like the label. I think this one's so pretty. Like, this is a pretty display candle. I love this kind of peacock paisley pattern. It's really pretty. I agree with Jen, the Show 78. She's on Instagram. You should follow her. She's amazing. When she said that it would be more appropriate to name this candle like raspberry tea or raspberry lime tea, because I don't really get like a margarita note. At least not what I associate with margarita. I don't get like an effervescence. I don't get like an alcohol note, and I don't really get like a salty note. What I do get is a sweetened raspberry and a hit of like lime and citrus. So I actually really like it. I just don't necessarily think that it's a margarita. It's not like island margarita mixed with raspberry. All right, the other candles in this same range are White Sand Beaches, Tobacco Flower, Mango Dragonfruit, Beach Cabana, and Jasmine Waters. All right, so let me show you the marble collection. The first one I'll show you is Copper Coconut, and I do not like this packaging. Now, I think this is the ugliest marble. Look, it's like brown. I don't like it at all. The notes are raw coconut, sea salted shells, and soft amber. Now, this is actually a candle that I had bypassed and I wasn't going to get, but Pretty Pink Polka Dots, Brenda, she did an individual candle review of this candle, and it intrigued me, and so I thought that I would pick it up. So thank you, Brenda. When I first smelled it, I don't think I liked it, and I'm not actually sure that I like it now, but because she kind of compared this to, I think, like a coconut pudding, and I can kind of get that a little bit. You do get like almost like an edible coconut, and there's definitely something else going on. I don't typically like amber scents, but I am going to give this one a try because I am intrigued, especially since she liked it. The next marble one I have is Mineral Springs, and I do like the way this particular marble looks. And let me just say something about this marble, because they had a marble line that came out in the fall, and look at this. You may not be able to see it, but I'm sure you can hear it. The marble collection in the fall was just much better quality. The label itself was almost like, shrink wrapped onto it. It was just more visually appealing. It felt like it was a little bit higher quality. And these just honestly feel like they just feel cheap. I mean, they just really put this marble sticker on it, and I could really do without it. I mean, if they're going to go with a marble look, I guess from a distance they don't look so bad. Like when I'm on camera here, I think it actually looks pretty good, but in person, it's not great. I mean, you can see the seam. It's just not my favorite. Anyway, back to this particular candle, Mineral Springs. The notes are soothing mineral water, night blooming water lily, and a dash of lime. There's something very familiar about this scent. This is probably a repackage of something. I'm just not the greatest at being able to pull a repackage or another scent from years ago. So the Bronze Blogger, if you're watching this, please comment below, because I'm sure you're excellent at that. Just not my forte, but this smells so familiar. I definitely get the lime note and almost like a sea salt kind of water note. It's a very fresh scent, so I like that, and I kind of like that this time of year, especially in the spring. And the last one I have in the marble collection is the Bergamot Mint, and this one kind of has, which is not really going to come across on camera, but it kind of has almost like a little bit of a green. Some of the swirls is like a little bit of a green, kind of beige notes to it. The notes are sparkling Italian bergamot, crisp eucalyptus, and mint leaves. This is essentially bergamot waters with a dash of eucalyptus and a dash of mint. I wish there was more mint, but if you like bergamot waters and you like bergamot scents, then you think you definitely like this one. This may be one that I take back. I haven't quite decided yet. The other ones in this marble collection are Fresh Cut Lilacs, Cinnamon Spice Vanilla, and Black Teakwood. Alright, so the next collection I'll show you is the Lattice collection, and the first one I have is Blue, Sandalwood, and Sage, and it's got this like pale blue, almost lilac colored wax. The notes are sandalwood, crisp bergamot, lavender, and fresh garden sage. It reminds me of a very like fresh, clean soap, and I cannot pinpoint it, so I'm not sure. I feel like I like this one a lot more than I thought I would. It's just very fresh and clean, so we'll see how it does burning. I think if you like fresh and clean smells, and if you like kind of soap, think kind of like zest, I think that you might like this one. The next one I'll show you is Lemon Mint Leaf, and and it has this like pale kind of green, almost teal wax. The notes are sparkling lemon zest, spearmint leaves, and verbena sprigs. And this one has been out before. You get lemon and mint. I feel like they're pretty well balanced. So just another really nice spring scent to sort of kick off. Like, to me, this is a good one to always burn when I'm kind of spring cleaning and you want your house to smell very clean and fresh. All right, the next one in this collection is Sunlit Garden. And this has a pale green wax, which is really pretty. The notes are orchid petals, lush green leaves, and bright marigold. Some people were comparing this to tomato vine and wondering if they were, the same candle or closely to, because this has sort of the tomatoes here, but they're not. They're very different candles. However, I think they complement each other very well. So this, to me, I definitely get the marigold note. If you do have a garden, or if you've ever planted marigolds, they're a very popular, easy to grow, easy to plant, kind of annual. They have a very distinct smell, and this candle really does have that smell. It also does have just a green note, so I think the name is applicable, Sunlit Garden. To me, I do associate marigolds with the garden because it's a flower that you plant alongside of a lot of different plants and like companion planting. And I think that if you were to burn this and tomato vine at the same time, I think you could have like a whole garden experience inside your house. So I really like this one. The next one I have is White Tea and Pear, and this has sort of a lime yellow green wax, so it's a bit of a lighter green than the other one, the Sunlit Garden. The notes are sweet white tea, crisp Bartlett pear, and sparkling bergamot. I get crisp, sweet pear, and bergamot. I really don't get much of the white tea note, so I'm curious to see how this will translate in burning. I'm wondering if the pear is going to come out more, if the bergamot is going to kind of drown that out, but we'll see. I do like it enough on cold that I will probably keep this one and at least burn it to see how it does. The next one in this collection is Honeysuckle Bouquet, and this has a pale yellow wax, as you can see. The notes are sweet honeysuckle nectar, peony petals, and soft creamy vanilla. I'm not typically a huge fan of florals. They're just not my thing. Some of them tend to be a little too strong and they give me a headache, but I'm sort of taking a risk on this one, or taking a chance with this one, because I grew up in the South and we have a lot of honeysuckle, and it has such a sweet, amazing smell in the summertime. And as a child, I would pick the honeysuckle and you kind of pull out the stamen and you lick the little nectar. It's like a whole ritual. I don't know if people up north do that, but that's something every southern child has done at one point or another. So I love the smell of real fresh honeysuckle. The problem with a lot of floral candles is, in general, I haven't found any company, whether it's perfume or candle or just fragrance in general, to ever really be able to capture some of those true florals that you smell in nature, whether that be rose or honeysuckle or gardenia. This one, though, I feel they've done a pretty good job, at least on cold sniff. I feel like I really do get some of that true honeysuckle. What I don't like is the packaging. This is not a honeysuckle. So why they put a random flower on the packaging, I have no idea. That's not a honeysuckle. That's not what they look like. And I wish they had actually put a real honeysuckle. Anyway, I know that's a minor thing. If you like florals, I think that you'd probably definitely like this candle. The next one I'll show you is Strawberry Mimosa. And it has this really pale pink, like strawberry milk color, which is really pretty. And I really like the fact that it actually has strawberries on it. The notes in this are juicy wild strawberry, effervescent lemon zest, and sugar crystals. Now this one got a lot of buzz because it wasn't in any of the testing stores. It wasn't like a test candle, so no one really saw this. And it's just all of a sudden it popped up in stores. So it was like a big surprise to a lot of people, and all of a sudden it popped up on Instagram, and I feel like everyone had to have it because it was new, it was unexpected. I was one of those that fell into that, and I rushed out to the store and tried to get my hands on it. People have said this is a repackage of Pink Sangria, and it was actually the Bronze Blogger, I think, was the first one who said that this was Pink Sangria repackaged. So if you like Pink Sangria, you definitely would like this. If you like just a pink lemonade type of candle or lemonade, I think that you would like this candle. Alright, the next one in that collection is Watermelon Lemonade, and this actually is out in two different packaging. It's in this packaging and it's in the White Barn Court, which I will show you that later. This has just a very bright vibrant, almost like a bubblegum pink. I think it comes across a little orange on camera, but it really is like a really bubblegum type pink. The notes are watermelon ice, sparkling water, and Meyer lemon. If you've been around Bath & Body Works for a while, you know that this candle has come out numerous different years and numerous different packaging. It's a very popular candle, and I can see why, because it is a good candle. You get a very juicy, almost like bubblegum watermelon type of note, and you get the lemonade note. The last one I have in this lattice collection is Sweet Cherry Pie, and I have already done an individual candle review of this candle, so if you haven't checked that out, check out my review. I absolutely love this candle. It has this deep, dark cherry red wax, which I think is beautiful. The notes are bright red cherries, flaky pie crust, and crushed almonds. Again, I've done an individual candle review of this, so check that out. I really enjoy this candle. I recommend this one, especially if you like fruity scents and bakery scents. I think that you'd really like this one. The other candles in this lattice collection are Fresh Cut Lilacs, and the other one in this collection is Peach Bellini. Alright, so then we'll start with the Frosted Glass collection. So the first one I'll show you is Tomato Vine, and it's in this really cute packaging. I love all the packaging of the Frosted Glass this year. I think it's so cute. I'll just kind of show you a close-up of all of them. I think they're so cute. But I really like them. So Tomato Vine is in this red frosted glass. It is just white wax. The notes are sun-kissed tomato leaves, fresh spring greens, and a hint of lemon. And I have actually already done an individual candle review of this candle. So if you haven't checked that out, please do so. This smells like a true, authentic tomato vine. As I mentioned earlier, I think this would pair really well with the Sunlit Garden candle, and I really like this one. It's a very authentic scent. I don't think this is going to be for everyone. I really like this one, so I decided to pick up another one. The next one I'll show you is Honey and Tangerine. The notes in this are sugared honeycomb, golden tangerine, and warm tonka bean. I also did an individual candle review of this one, so again, check that out. I think this one would be appealing to a lot of people. It does smell light on cold sniff, but as I mentioned in my review on burning, you definitely can smell it. It's not lacking throw or strength. It's a sort of background scent, but it is really nice. The next one I'll show you is Sugared Lemon Zest. I really love this bright yellow frosted glass. I think it's really pretty. The notes in this are bright lemon zest, Sorrento lemons, and cane sugar. And this very much smells like a lemon drop candy. You definitely get the lemon, and you get definitely like a zesty lemon, like the rind of a lemon, and it has a little bit of a juiciness to it, and you get that sugared note. I think if you like lemon scents, you'll certainly like this one. It is sweet enough that it doesn't really smell like Pledge, but it borders on that area where if it was even a little less sweet, I think that it could really start smelling like Pledge. So, you know, there's sort of that fine line between a cleaning lemon and sort of an edible lemon, and this one is sort of right there in the middle, in my opinion. The next one I'll show you is Wild Sage and Aloe. I love this like light green color jar. Refreshing aloe water, agave nectar, desert sage, and black oak. And I have done an individual candle review of this one as well. So again, check that one out. I keep referring you to other videos, but those just give you so much more detail than me kind of sitting here doing another cold sniff review. I'd rather refer you to those, and then you can decide if you want to purchase it. I really like this scent, I will say that. The next one is Eucalyptus Rain, and I love this blue. I think it's so pretty. Look how beautiful that is. Such a beautiful shade. The notes in this are aromatic eucalyptus, raindrops, spearmint leaves, and fresh melon. This scent has been out before. It's also been out in different variations, eucalyptus, mint, and rain, which they brought out for the semi-annual sale. I just recently finished burning that one and really enjoyed it. So if you like those fresh and clean smell, I think you'd like this one. This is definitely heavier on the eucalyptus, so you get that very refreshing note. And then the rain note, you get that water note, which is really nice. To me, this is just a really nice, fresh scent. Perfect for spring, especially for me. This one is one that I like to burn in like the end of March and into April. I think it's just really perfect for that particular month. I actually was going to buy a second one of these to go ahead and just have because I really like the packaging and I just like this scent. But when I went to one of my stores, this one was actually already sold out. They said that this was the first candle that they actually completely sold out of. They said that they probably would get an additional shipment because they just felt it was too early in the season to not get more, but they weren't 100% sure. So they did recommend either to check out another store or to order it online. But I actually was kind of surprised because, I don't know, I know that they keep bringing the scent back year after year in different variations of the scent. So, you assume that people do love it. But I guess I didn't realize that people loved it that much for this to be one of the first ones that sold out. So I found that really interesting and thought I'd share that little tidbit of information. So if you like this scent, whether you are just getting it for the first time or it's a staple for you that you buy every year, I highly recommend go ahead and picking it up because it is one that sells out quickly and typically doesn't last until like semi-annual sale or till some of the later candle sales they may have in the spring to kind of move that rest of that spring stock. So pick this one up if you haven't. I really like it. I do feel like this is a general crowd pleaser with mass appeal. This is a general crowd pleaser with mass appeal. And the last one I have in that collection is Lavender Vanilla. And just look at this packaging. I love this like frosted white glass with this watercolored, simplistic design. I just really like the way this looks. For me, this is just, I love it. I know some people haven't really appreciated the frosted glass as much as others, and we all have different tastes, but for me, I really like this a lot. And Lavender Vanilla, of course, is a scent that has come out many, many times, and they have brought it back again. The notes are lavender blossom, creamy vanilla, white woods, and sugared musk. I am a huge fan of lavender personally, so of course I had to pick this up. I think I still have the lavender vanilla from the summer of last year, and I kind of always keep a lavender vanilla in my collection. I have multiple different lavender candles. I love lavender. And I think even if you don't typically like lavender, if you're not one that likes like French lavender, I feel like a lot of people like this more than French lavender because it is a very softened lavender. So highly recommend this one. For me, this is a staple. I love to burn this, especially during a bath. I feel like it's just the perfect bath time scent. So I really love this one. And I definitely will probably pick up another one in this packaging just because it's so pretty. The other candles in the Frosted Glass collection, which I do not have, are PRALINE Pecan, or PRALINE Pecan, depending on how southern you'd like me to sound. Another one is White Gardenia. And then also this came out, Georgia Peach came out as well in the Frosted Glass collection. Alright, the next collection I'll show you is actually going to be sort of a surprise and not in the original picture, and it's going to be the Rib Glass collection. I've actually filmed this video across multiple days, so if you've noticed difference in lighting or anything else, that's why. It's just clearly a very long video, and so it takes me a while to film. And then since I started filming it, these Rib Glass candles were released, and I have picked up a couple, so I thought I'd go ahead and show you in this video. So surprise, bonus. The first one I'll show you is the Blue Rib Glass, and it is cotton and eucalyptus. The notes in this are crisp white cotton, eucalyptus, cool vanilla, and spring breezes. This smells very similar, if not exactly the same, as Frosty Air that came out in the winter Rib Glass. I really do think that they just had a lot of excess Frosty Air that maybe didn't sell, and now they package it as cotton and eucalyptus. I did not buy Frosty Air. I liked it, but I didn't feel like it didn't place right in the season. I didn't think I was going to burn it in the winter. I did pick it up here because I am really into like the clean and fresh scents right now. This candle is really their pure white cotton candle mixed with eucalyptus. It is very clean and refreshing, and I think to me it might be really nice to burn in the spring, like March and April. So if you like the pure white cotton and you like eucalyptus scents, I think that you would like this one. This probably has a lot of mass appeal in my opinion. I also picked up Rainforest Gardenia. I really like the Rib Glass. I really do. The one thing to note about the Rib Glass is it is only 13.5 ounces, so it is an ounce less of wax, and they are more expensive at $26.50. But typically these are included in any candle sale, so I got these at the $13.50 sale price, which I don't mind as much to pay for the Rib Glass for some reason, but I used the 10 off of 30. It didn't feel like I was paying any more for these candles than a normal candle. As I mentioned multiple times in this video alone, I'm not a huge fan of florals, and typically their gardenia candle, the white gardenia candle, is just too much for me. There's something about this particular version that I really like. The notes are island gardenia, fresh bamboo, and sweet apple water. I'm not especially good at distinguishing and sort of picking apart all the floral notes just because it's again not my forte, so I'll leave that to someone who is better inclined than I am. But I can tell you, as someone who's not a floral lover, I am taking a chance with this candle. Now, it may be on burning that the gardenia comes off too strong and I can't deal with it, but it is very pretty, and I feel like there is something maybe a better balance to this one that I like. So if you're a non-floral lover, this may be one that you might like. And of course, if you are a floral lover, I think that you would enjoy this one. The next one is Fresh Bamboo. This like sort of lime green rib glass, and this is the dust cover. I also don't like that these don't have lids. I mean, luckily, I understand in a way, because I feel like when you put a lid on it, it kind of just changes the way it looks. It's not as clean and streamlined, but I do always save like lids from other candles, so for storage purposes I do put a lid. Anyway, I ramble here. The notes in this one are sweet bamboo, lush hyacinth, and swaying beach grass. I'm not 100% sure about this one. I picked it up, you know, when you're in the store and you're smelling a lot of different candles all at one time, you can be like, oh, do I like this or not? And then some of the smells are kind of running together. And so this was sort of one that I smelled at the end of smelling all the other rib glass collection, and I just wasn't 100% sure about it. I feel like the hyacinth is a little stronger in this, so I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to like this on burning. I was hoping this would be a little bit more of like grassy notes. So yeah, not 100% sold on this one or sure about it, but gonna hang on to it and may burn it closer to the end of spring and summer. And the last one I picked up in the rib glass collection is Tiki Beach. The notes on this are vanilla musk, orchids, and toasted coconut. This scent, of course, has been out in the past. Actually, I think all of these have, at least in some variation. I don't think any of these are like brand new scents. Tiki Beach actually has already been out in the wallflower, so people were sort of waiting and expecting to have the candle. I have burned this in the past, and I really liked it. I like the way this coconut is not like a suntan coconut, and it is sort of more of an edible coconut, but it somehow blends really nicely with the like slight floral note and the vanilla. So this one is one that I really enjoy, and I think this one also has mass appeal. If you have a very strong aversion to any type of coconut, you may not like this one because you definitely get the coconut, but it like I said, it is blended very nicely, and I think this one is one that a lot of people would like. The other ones in this collection that I've seen are coconut, sandalwood, black pepper, bergamot. Oh, and there's also one that's an orange rib glass, and I can't exactly remember the name of it, but it is just a repackage of peach Bellini. They actually have peach Bellini out now in the lattice collection, as I mentioned, so I actually compared both the orange rib glass one, I'm sorry I can't remember the name, and the peach Bellini, and they smell exactly the same to me. I really didn't pick up any difference. There may be a slight variance, but for the most part it's peach Bellini, so if you like that candle and really wanted it in the rib glass, there you go, you should have that. And I believe that's all the ones, at least so far, that have come out in the rib glass collection. Online, I think there's about 4 of these candles that are out, but these all were available in my local White Barn. So I don't know if these have been released to like normal Bath & Body Works stores yet. And then the absolute last collection I'll show you is the White Barn Core collection. And all of these are available out now. The new thing, if you'll notice, is that they have changed the labels of the White Barn Core collection to these like skinny labels. In the past, they were like larger, wider labels. And I kind of like this. At first, when I saw these online, I wasn't sure about it. I thought, it just kind of feels like the label's too small. But now seeing them in person, I guess maybe I've gotten used to it. So I do feel like I kind of like it. It does have a little bit more of a streamlined look about it. You see the color of the jar more from the front, which I do like. So this one is Vanilla Bean, and it is like a frosted white glass. The notes are Madagascar Vanilla Bean, homemade marshmallow, and fresh steamed milk. This is just an amazing vanilla scent. If you like vanilla scents, you'll definitely like this one, of course. I have never really been a huge fan of vanilla scents, to be honest with you. If I saw something with vanilla, unless it was lavender, I would typically stay away from it. I just always kind of felt vanilla was pretty boring. And I don't necessarily disagree with my past opinion. I do kind of feel like vanilla is just very safe. But I have found an appreciation for vanilla, especially because I like to mix a vanilla bean, a really nice vanilla scent, with other things. So there's a lot of times that you can mix, like have a vanilla candle burning with something else, and you can sort of add like almost a bakery note to a scent. So I've really found an appreciation for vanilla in that sense. And I feel like this is a very good vanilla. They have brought this out before. And so that's really all I have to say about it. It's really nice. And I really do like the way this looks. I just think this frosted glass is nice. I just think this packaging is really nice. For some reason, it appeals to me a lot. And the next one I'll show you is Black Tea Rose. And this is gray packaging. The notes are English tea leaves, fragrant rose petals, and aromatic cedar. Now, this candle had a lot of buzz when it was in test. It originally tested in like a black jar, but when it actually was released, and there was actually some talk that it wouldn't be released, it came out in this like sort of smoky gray color. I have never smelled the test candle scent, so I heard, people seem to really like that one. That seemed to be like a very unique conceptual blend, and you got a little bit of the rose and the cedar, and it seemed to be a lot well mixed. There has been discussion that this version does not smell the same as the test candle. So for those of you who had the test version, I would love to hear your feedback. Have you smelled both? Can you confirm that these are in fact two different scents with the same name? This one, I really just pick up a lot of cedar. It reminds me of winter cedar that came out in winter in like that pretty blue glass. I had that candle. I ended up taking it back. So this on cold honestly reminds me a lot of that candle. I really don't pick up any rose or any tea note. Maybe my nose is just not as refined. That's very highly possible. But for me, I get just a normal sort of cedar note. I will say that I feel like the cedar in this is a bit lighter than the winter cedar. The winter cedar was very heavy. Like you open the lid, and like bam, you felt like you had walked into a cedar closet. This feels like you've opened a cedar jewelry box. So you still get that when you pull the lid off, but it's not quite as strong. But for me, this just isn't one that I'm like, oh, I definitely want to pick up multiples of this. It just, at least on cold sniff, I'm not in love with it. I am going to give it a try. I'm really hoping it comes alive more on burning. And I am disappointed because it sounds like the test version was just a lot better. And it sort of sounds like Bath & Body Works sort of took the hype and the excitement from that original test scent and then sort of did a switcheroo on us and gave us something like a repackage of winter cedar is what it seems like to me. So if you have burned both, please comment below and let me know if I'm mistaken. I don't want to mislead anyone, but at least that's sort of what I picked up by watching different conversations from different people who have had both. All right, so I'll show you Watermelon Lemonade. This is a red, it's like with a pink hue, really pretty. Watermelon Ice, Sparkling Water, and Meyer Lemon. On cold sniff, this one smells exactly like the other one in the lattice package. I think that this one is only available at White Barn, and it's available online. The next one I'll show you is Cactus Blossom. It has this really pink fuchsia color jar. The notes in this are cactus flower, sun-kissed coconut, vanilla, and fresh sparkling lemon. Now this is a repackage of Baja Cactus Blossom. I think that's the one it's a repackage of, and I think it was like a blue label. I actually have already started burning this one. This is a very pretty scent. It definitely goes down the path of like a women's perfume, very like floral and pretty and slightly powdery, very slight powder note. It's very lovely. It's very pretty. If you like feminine type scents and pretty florals, I think that you'd really like this one. As I've been burning it, I'm not 100% sure that I'm in love with it personally. Again, I'm not a huge floral fan, so there is that bias for me. If you like florals and if you've had this in the past, obviously here it is back again. I know a lot of people were really excited to see this one come back. The next one I have is Orange Blossom and Driftwood, and this really pretty orange colored glass. The notes in this are orange blossom petals, crisp bergamot, and soft sea-washed wood. I really like this scent on cold sniff. You get a citrus with a little bit of a floral and like that driftwood kind of beachy note. I feel like they've done a really good job in this one because a lot of times bergamot is used in men's cologne, and sometimes when they put bergamot in anything, it can sort of translate into a masculine cologne type scent. But I feel like in this one it doesn't do that. I feel like you really get the citrusy part of the bergamot, and it doesn't really smell masculine to me at all. I really like this one. It's very, again, another fresh and clean with like a beachy vibe to it. So I'm probably going to burn this in late spring and early summer. If you haven't smelled this one yet, give it a smell, especially if you like a little bit of a citrus. And if you typically like bergamot scents, I think you'd like this one. It's a really nice combination in my opinion. All right, so the next one I have is Mahogany Peach. Dun dun dun. I honestly can't even believe I have this candle, to be honest with you. I'll just say that I am not a fan of Mahogany Teakwood. I know that a lot of people are. I think it's Bath & Body Works like #1 top selling candle still after all of these years. It smells like Abercrombie & Fitch store. I think it's the Fierce cologne. People love it, and if you love it, I'm happy for you. I mean, it is definitely an authentic Abercrombie & Fitch cologne smells. If you like mahogany teakwood, no judgment on my part. I just do not like that scent at all. So for me to have this candle is interesting. Let me read the notes. The notes are sweet peach, luxe dark mahogany, and iced lavender. And then you do get this really nice like peach colored jar. Now this is actually the first time I've smelled this candle since I bought it. I bought it. This is a blend, a very even blend of mahogany, teakwood, and peach. And I even actually still feel that the peach note, I feel like it overrides the mahogany teakwood just a little bit. Like maybe 60% Georgia peach and 40% mahogany teakwood. Something about this candle works on cold sniff. Was intriguing enough for me to buy it, and I might give this one a try. I know I'm rambling on this one because I'm just, again, so surprised that I even have it. If you like mahogany teakwood, and you think that candle would be nice mixed with peach, here you go. I do feel like this works a lot better than a lot of their other mahogany teakwood variations, so for what it's worth, there's that. The next one I have is pineapple mango. It's this pretty pineappled yellow. The notes are fresh pineapple juice, mango, and vine-ripened raspberry, which is interesting. They brought this scent out many years in a row. I know it definitely out last year, and I think it was out the year before. This is a very like fresh, juicy pineapple with a little bit of mango. I'm not exactly sure where the sun-ripened raspberry comes from. I just don't get that. It may be like there's a dash of that in there, but it's not one that really comes across. To me, you very much get that juicy pineapple with a little bit of the mango. So if you like the scent in the past, here it is back again. And if you like pineapple scents in general, I think that you would like this one. The next one I have is sea salt pineapple, and it's sort of this yellow, like sunnier yellow jar. The notes are white pineapple, soft sea spray, and beachside mango. And I think this one is only available in White Barns, at least per what I've been told by the White Barns. This is only available in White Barns, and it's also available online. I like this one. You get the sea salt. To me, that's what gets that you get that first. You get the sea salt first, and then you get the pineapple mango. So essentially, this is the sea salt. There was some kind of sea salt and ocean waves or some kind of candle that came out years ago. Again, I told you that's not my forte to bring up candles from the past. So if you know which sea salt candle I'm talking about, please comment below. But it definitely has that really good sea salt note mixed, in my opinion, with pineapple mango. So if you feel like pineapple mango is just too fruity and too in your face, maybe too sweet or too fruity, this is a really nice combination because you still get a little bit of the sweetness of that pineapple mango, but the sea salt really balances it out. So I feel like this is going to be a nice compromise. If you feel like pineapple mango is too fruity, you might like this one. And then the next one I have is Endless Weekend. I absolutely love this candle. They brought it back many, many years in a row. And this is this candle that I buy every single year. The notes are fresh summer mandarin, sun-kissed magnolia, and coconut water. This is just a beautiful, fresh, fruity, sweet. It's just so many different things all in one candle, why I think it has mass appeal, because it's not too fruity, it's not too floral, it's not too sweet, it's not too fresh. It's just kind of a little bit of everything, and it works, and it's beautiful, and I love this candle. If you haven't tried this scent, definitely check it out. It does come back every year. At least it has for quite a while, and I'm happy about that because I really like this candle. And I really like the color of this packaging this year. I think it's perfect. The next one I picked up was Pure White Cotton, and it's sort of this like sky blue colored jar. The notes are white cotton blossom, ajou pear, soft gardenia petal, and warm vanilla. I think it's interesting that it has so many different fragrance notes. Really, this is just a white cotton scent. I mean, I feel like every candle company has a pure white cotton or fresh linen or some kind of variation of this candle. If you like a white cotton scent from Yankee, from Scentsy, from any place, you definitely like this one. It's just a very nice laundry scent and is really nice. I haven't picked up one of these in a really long time. I feel like Bath & Body Works always has one of these that comes out in some variation, and I haven't picked one up, and I decided to pick one up this year, and I thought maybe this would be nice to burn in March and April. Very nice clean laundry scent. So if you like those types of scents, if you like cotton scents, I think you'll definitely like this one. The next one I'll show you is Midnight Blue Citrus, and I love this dark Duke blue, kind of navy blue glass. I think it's really pretty. The notes are juicy citrus, fresh spring water, and sweet mango. Look at that. Oh, I love that. This candle came out last year, in a couple of variations. It came out as Midnight Blue Citrus. It also came out as Snowflakes and Citrus in the winter in a really pretty frosted glass. So if you weren't able to pick up Snowflakes and Citrus in the winter and you were curious about that candle or really wish you had it, here you go. They have brought back this candle. I really like this scent. It is a very nice, fresh citrus scent. I really like it. And I really enjoyed burning it as Snowflakes and Citrus in the winter when we had a snow. I felt like it was just appropriate for that. I also feel like it can be very much appropriate for spring or summer. This is just a good, like, anytime scent. So if you typically like fresh citrus scents, I think you definitely would like this one. And the absolute last candle I have to show you is Lavender Coconut in this really pretty purple jar. The notes are refreshing lavender, warm coconut, and vanilla bean. If you like lavender scents, I think you'll like this scent. I love lavender, as I've mentioned in multiple videos, I think, at this point. So this is just an amazing scent for me. It's interesting, like lavender coconut, I never would have thought to combine those two, but it works very well. I love to burn this during bath time. To me, lavender is so relaxing and soothing, so I love to burn it at night. It really just feels like it helps me sleep. And this version with the coconut is really interesting because I still, even now, don't pull too much coconut individually. I just really get the lavender. But when it's burning, that coconut really does come through. And it's not a suntan coconut, and it's not an edible coconut. It's sort of somewhere in between. It sort of reminds me of the coconut in Coconut Leaves because it's sort of like a sweetened coconut, but it's not toasted, and again, it's not really edible. Anyway, this is a very nice blend. I think if you don't typically like lavender scents, if you find them too astringent, I think that you might like this because the coconut really cuts that astringency and it really just balances it out very well. So I love this. I've actually already burned through one. If you haven't tried it, I definitely recommend you do because it's awesome. The other candles available in the White Barn Core are Spring Balsam, Balsam in Spring, not my thing, Mahogany Teakwood, Lily of the Valley, Beach Blossoms, Spring Leaves, Leaves belongs in fall in my opinion, Mahogany Coconut, Bergamot Waters, Black Cherry Merlot, and Eucalyptus Mint. So they have a lot of candles out in the White Barn Core line. Alright, if you have stuck around, thank you so much. I know this has been an incredibly long video. I had a lot of candles to show you. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and the cold sniff reviews and my thoughts and impressions. If you have any questions about any of the candles, please feel free to leave your comments below. Happy to answer anything. If you like this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. I definitely have a lot of other videos coming up. I don't anticipate that I'm going to do any more Bath & Body Works hauls for a while, probably until the summer things start trickling in. Well, I say that and who knows. But my goal is to not have any other Bath & Body Works hauls, except I will do a Wallflowers and Wallflower Plugs spring haul. That will be sort of the next haul video I do for Bath & Body Works. I do have a Yankee Candle haul coming up. I have a Goose Creek order that I placed. It's small, but I probably will do a video of that. And then I'm really going to dive into doing individual candle reviews of a lot of these different scents and really try to take my time with those. So if there's any candle that you'd like to see, please leave your comments below. I'd love to know which ones you're really curious about or interested in, or which ones that you're like, I don't know if I really want this, but I might. So if there's something that you're interested in, let me know. I might try to burn that one first. So yeah, I'm going to stop rambling now because I feel like this video is quite long enough, but thank you again for all of your support. I really appreciate it, everyone. Again, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.